What is going on? This is Chris Anthony coming at you guys live and direct. Once again for a reading. This is going to be for the sign of Pisces for November 15th through November 30th. I decided to do a end of the month reading for everybody, only because the energy that came in with the 1111 portal kind of seems like it's going to be carrying out through the rest of this month into December. So this reading is just going to sum up that end of the month for November for you guys, Pisces. If it resonates with you and you like what you hear and see, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, comment, just to let me know that you're watching the channel and you like it. And if it doesn't resonate with you, then definitely I will catch you on the next go around, or you can go back and view one of the readings that I did for the sign of Pisces already on my channel. And this is a general reading, so let's get right into it. This is going to be your present energies right here, Pisces. And crowning your reading for November 15th to the 30th, coming into this period of time, you could be feeling like the Eight of Swords, or have an Eight of Swords energy that's kind of like surrounding you. So the Eight of Swords energy could be a person that's kind of just feeling like they're bound a little bit in their mind by their thoughts. This is a person that thinks that they're kind of like stuck in a certain situation or stuck in a circumstance only because they're overthinking it, or they're thinking about it too much, or only seeing it from an intellectual point of view. So Pisces, you could be kind of feeling more intellectual in this time period coming into the end of the month and viewing some things in your life intellectually. Like, let's say, for instance, you could have some problems that you're kind of trying to solve, and the only solutions that you're thinking of is kind of like an intellectual solution or a logical solution. And through the logical solution, you really can't find a solution. You know, logically, you can't find a solution to the problems that you're having, or the situation or circumstances you kind of find yourself in. Or this could just be how you feel about this cycle of life that you're in right now, like the circumstances you find yourself in financially or emotionally, you know, dealing with relationships, or dealing with, you know, just connecting with people or with your family. It could be any of those things, but this Eight of Swords is kind of like that person looking at things logically, and they're not able to find a logical solution, so they feel like they're trapped in this situation. But you're definitely not trapped. It's only a mind thing that's happening. It's only, you know, inside of your mind, you feeling like you're stuck, but you're definitely not stuck. You know, you're only looking at it from one point of view. There's other point of views to look at it, though. You can look at it from an emotional point of view, emotional stance. You know, you can look at it from a spiritual point of view. Your thoughts is just one tool that you can use in life when it comes down to seeing your reality. So perception is reality, and we know that you can see reality from a logical point of view. You can see reality from an emotional point of view, or from a spiritual point of view. So I think, you know, during this time period, you're definitely going to be feeling like you're stuck, but going deeper into the end of the month, you're definitely going to start tapping into those other points of views to see your reality. Why do I say that? Because right up under that, we have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is your energy. This is right in the middle of your spread when it comes down to your present energies. And we all know that the Pisces energy is represented by the High Priestess. So this is you coming out of that Eight of Swords energy, going into your intuition. You coming out of that logical, you know, thinking and over analyzing, analytical approach to life, and coming back to where you belong, which is that spiritual, intuitive, universal way of looking at life. You know, and so you're going to be tapping back into your own energy, tapping back into your, you know, your inner world, your higher self, you know, just that Pisces energy, that deep emotional, you know, knowing, intuitive flow that the Pisces loves to be in. And you know when you're there. You know, that's why this may just kind of come as a shock with you. This is kind of what happens when Pisces get in that funk a little bit. Like, usually we're only, and I'm a Pisces too, by the way, but usually we're only in a certain type of funk when we're overthinking some things, because Pisces is an internal sign. It's a receptive sign, so that means that we are deep thinkers. But when the deep thought is not connected to that intuitive, spiritual, inner world, emotional world that we have, then sometimes we start to feel like this, and we kind of get in a funk about life, because we're thinking about life or looking at life from only an analytical or logical point of view, and that's not good for a Pisces. That's not the way that we're built. We are not built to only look at life logically. That's nothing about our sign says logical. We're ruled by Neptune. Neptunian influences have all to do with this: spirituality, emotional, connected to your feelings, connected to your inner world, just that yin energy. So this could be you. That high priestess energy is you kind of tapping back into that during this period, these last 2 weeks in November. You tapping back into that Pisces energy, knowing where you're supposed to be, and knowing that this is where all of your greatness kind of flows from. It comes from within you, deep within your emotions. So this high priestess energy is what you're going to be taking on, which is why this is not going to last for long. If you are in those thoughts, it's only to kind of like bring you back into this high priestess point of view. Right next to that, we have the death card. So the death card is representing that transformation that could be happening. And this could be that transformation from you moving from, certain things that has been going on for a while when it comes down to your thoughts, the way you analyze, the way you view your reality, the way, you kind of like overthink sometimes, and you don't combine that thinking with your emotions, with your intuition, with your spiritual self. When we think without combining it, with another point of view, like I said, that emotional fulfillment, then we kind of end up in this, predicament, this type of position, especially for Pisces. So this transformation that could be happening, this death card, it could be bringing in an end to that type of thinking. And for some of you, this could have been a lifetime of you just viewing things in a certain type of way, to where you felt like you were stuck in there, or you felt like you were imprisoned by your circumstance, or imprisoned by the universe, or imprisoned by, whatever it is, like the cards that you've been dealt, or your destiny or your purpose. You could have felt like on one side of things that you feel like bound by the destiny and the purpose and the path that you've been having to walk as a Pisces, because we all know the Pisces is the 12th house. And the 12th house has to do with endings, with karmic wrapping up, paying off karmic debts, transforming. Like, it's the 12th house is kind of like the end of the whole journey of human evolution. So of course, sometimes we feel like we're in a certain type of imprisonment, because it's the path that the Pisces has to walk, because we're ending, like a evolution. You're ending a period of you already went through all of the other signs. You started at Aries and went all the way through all of the 12 signs, and now you're at Pisces at the end, which is one of the hardest paths to be on, but also one of the most powerfulest, intuitive, creative, artistic paths to be on, because the high priestess energy is that representation of the Pisces energy, that 12th house energy. You being powerful, so powerful internally that it affects your outer world. And I think that's what's happening to some of you guys with this death card being next to that high priestess energy. Is kind of like that transformation that's coming in, and it's going to be a wrap up of that type of thinking. That type of thinking is just, what do they call it? The stinking thinking. It's just that thinking that doesn't serve you, and it doesn't serve you at all. Like, you can think about the negative things in life, and think about all the, different things that you don't have and that's not happening for you, and the things that you've been trying to wish for but hasn't come into your life yet. You could think about that and then, feel bad about it like this. But how does that really serve you? Like, it really doesn't serve a purpose. It's kind of like just a waste of time, because after you get out of that funk, you're right back here. And then you kind of, you'll say to yourself, like, why was I even in that mode? Why was I even in that funk? How could I just even let myself get wrapped up inside of that type of thinking when I know that it's not conducive to my purpose? So that's what's happening. It's just, this death card is a wrap up of that type of thinking, and you tapping back into that high priestess energy. Let's move forward with the reading. I don't want this to like be an hour. So right below that, we have the 7 of Wands, Pisces. So this could be you feeling on guard, defensive about something. And what I'm getting from that is that it could be because you are going through this transformation, like, especially since that 11/11 portal has hit us. I know me personally, like as a Pisces, I have been feeling this whole transformation, like one side of me, all thinking, one side of me, all emotional and spiritual. And I think the death card is kind of like the combination of those two things, and the transformation of some of those down negative thoughts being transformed into a more high priestess energy that, is more positive thinking, more positive emotions that are connected to your spirituality, your spiritual path. If you are watching a tarot card reading, you probably have a spiritual life. And I think this is you going deeper into that spiritual life, going deeper in connection to your spiritual path, your spiritual purpose, and that alone is going to end some of this stuff when it comes down to you looking at your life, looking at your path that you're on, and not understanding everything that's happening, how you don't get to do some of the things that other people are doing, or you don't have some of the things that other people have. You trying to figure that out analytically or logically is not going to work. But when you tap into your spiritual side, your deep, spiritual knowing, your nature as a Pisces, then it's going to be a transformation that's happening for your path in life, your purpose, and you having more clarity on it so that you can move in confidence. The people that get into this type of thinking is because they are not confident in their situation that you're in. So when you're not confident, about your path in life, about your purpose, then you start to have these type of negative thoughts about it. So that could be happening with you, Pisces, which is why you could be feeling on the defense a little bit, because you have that yin and yang thing happening. You have the balancing of your thoughts and emotions happening. This is the balancing of your thoughts and emotions. And then the transformation within your thoughts and your emotions is also taking place. So you could be feeling a little bit on guard, because you're like, dang, what's happening? This 11/11 portal is coming through, and then I just feel crazy right now. Like, what? I need to defend myself. So that could be happening for some of you guys. On the other hand, this could be you just feeling like you're in defense when it comes down to a fire sign. The Knight of Wands energy is facing, or has its back facing, the death card. So I don't know, it could be a transformation that you could be going through with a fire sign. Let's say if this has to do with a relationship or friendship, or family or work. If it has to do with a person, then it could be a fire sign. And this could be a Knight of Wands, somebody who is passionate, who moves pretty fast. They don't stay put. They're kind of an explorer. They come in passionately and then they leave as passionately. So you could be in contact with this person, and you could be on guard with that person, because you kind of are tapping in to who they are as a person. The high priestess energy is you tapping into your intuition. So you could be on guard with them because you know exactly who they are, like how they operate, and which is why you have some guards up, for some of you guys. And, you could be looking to have a transformation with that person or with that situation, if it is dealing with a fire sign or, a Knight of Wands type of energy. That's kind of what I'm feeling for you right here. Those two scenarios for two people, but mostly I'm feeling this having to do with your own energy. And towards the end of the month, you alone could be taking on a Knight of Wands energy, where you're kind of like moving passionately towards your goals. because this transformation next to the high priestess energy, I feel, has to do with your life path, with your life's work, your life purpose. So you're having a transformation with that, and then right after that transformation, you could be moving full speed ahead in this Knight of Wands energy because you want to get to work. It's kind of like you have been here for a long time contemplating, what path do I take? What direction do I go in? What can I do for my life's work? I'm working this job that I really don't like, around these people that I really don't like. And I feel like I could, use my talents and my skills, my creativity, my artistic side, my spiritual side way better on another path, And so this death energy could have to do with that transformation of the position you're in to start, to give you more clarity or get you geared up to start going on that path that you're supposed to be on as a high priestess. And then you have some fire being put up under you by the universe, by you taking on the Knight of Wands energy, and you kind of want to go full speed ahead towards it. So that's what I feel in your present energies. Let's see what's going on in your future energies. Pisces. I don't know how long this reading is so far. Oh, 16 minutes. Okay, we got some time. So in the future energies, we have the Six of Wands, great card, the Hierophant, great card, and the Hermit. So starting with the Six of Wands, I think that this is a victory. We all know this is the card of just being victorious, having victory over a certain situation or over people. And you're having a victory, I think, when it comes down to the path that you're on, that's kind of opening up to you when it comes down to your life path, and coming out of that mode of feeling stuck, especially because these are kind of like lined right up with each other. So this could be you kind of like tapping into your intuition, having that transformation, seeing things from a different point of view, moving full speed ahead, and now you feeling victorious about it or having some type of victory for doing just that. You could have recognition coming to you in the end of November when it comes down to your work, your life's work or your life path. You just kind of like committing to that and then putting action behind it could bring you some victory. You could be getting some recognition from your peers or the other people that are around you because they see you standing out. They see that you're kind of inside of your zone, your energy, your own energy. And when a Pisces is in their own energy, they flow. They flow all the way. Like they shine brighter than anybody else can when a Pisces is in his or her element. So this is kind of you being in your element. All these signs right here speak about you being in your element and having that transformation. So once this takes place, which is happening right now, it's already been happening the whole month of November. Because I think for a previous reading for you guys, I was talking about like a whole shift of a new cycle that was kind of coming in. And so that's still happening, which is why the Death card is there, because you have a transformation that's happening this month overall. And you're going to see some victory because of it. You're going to get some recognition because you're deciding to start and embark on or just continue on a certain path that is a spiritual, creative, artistic path. This is having to do with the path that you were destined to walk on. And so you're definitely going to win on that path. Whenever you're on the path you're supposed to be on, you get nothing but wins. You only get losses when you're on that path that you are not supposed to be on, and you're denying your intuition and spirituality and emotions and emotional world and imagination and all those things that match the Pisces. So yeah, moving right along, we have the Hierophant energy. So the Hierophant is the male counterpart of the High Priestess. So we have you in the High Priestess energy, and you also in the Hierophant energy. So to me, this is the balancing of your Pisces energy, the balancing of the two fish. With the High Priestess, that's the one fish that's internal, that has to do with your internal world, the yin energy, your receptive energy, your female principle that's within you. But then the Hierophant has to do with the male energy, with the yang energy, the external world. And so For a lot of time, a lot of you, I think that you have been internally contemplating certain things that have to do with your life path, have to do with your life purpose. But the transformation that's occurring is bringing it from an internal, place, bringing it from that yin energy into the yang energy, the external world. So during the end of this month, November, you could start to see yourself, and you could already be here taking on a role of the Hierophant, taking on the world as the role of a spiritual counselor, or it's somebody who is out in the open. The High Priestess is an internal card. This is your energy, the Pisces energy, and your internal emotions. But the Hierophant is the external expression of that. So all those internal ideas that you could have been having, that you have been thinking and contemplating about working on and starting and beginning, I think that is happening. In the end of November, you're taking on a role of a counselor, of somebody that other people look up to, other people get advice from, other people go to for advice or counseling. This could be you taking on the role of a light worker, the role of somebody that just influences other people for the good. That's as simple as that. Whether it has to do with you being creative or artistic, or you being spiritual, or any of your gifts that you have as a Pisces. This is you kind of showing it to the world and taking on the role of that Hierophant energy. That's what I feel that's happening. So that transformation over here that I was talking about could also have to do with that. The High Priestess energy being transformed and being, what is the word? I barely can talk today. Sorry about that. But just pretty, for lack of better words, being transformed into the Hierophant energy. Because now, like I said, you want to get to action on your life's work. And now you're going to be taking on the Hierophant role instead of the High Priestess, because it's going external. Now it's Operation Let's Go. Like Operation Let's Go, let's get it on. That's what's happening for you. Right below that, we have the Hermit card. So I think this is you drawing from off of that internal knowledge. We have all been on a path where the spiritual path has taken us and put us into the hermit mode, and this card right here for you, I think, is representing just that energy that you have went into, tapped into, that has to do with all that inner knowledge, inner wisdom that you had, went down to your subconscious or into your, deep within your soul, and you have dug up and you know it for yourself and you use it for your life. But now you're going to be using that to help other people. And for some reason, I cannot even talk and explain it to you right now the right way, Pisces. So that's crazy. But I know that's what's happening. You guys are now tapping into that inner knowing that you have known that you've had for years or months or however long you've been on a spiritual journey, and you have had the awakening, and all this information just came to you to help you out and balance out your life and make you and help you, live a better life. Now you're going to be able to share that with other people, show that to other people. You could be starting up a platform or already have a platform where you want to start implementing the knowledge that you have and the wisdom that you've learned over years, and just the inner wisdom that you have as a Pisces, because guess what? We are some old souls. We have lived multiple lives. So you know a whole bunch of things that you really didn't have to learn through experience. You just know it because it's inside of your soul, especially when you're tapping into yourself, when you're getting that knowledge of yourself. You're diving deep, and you kind of went into the cave to find out who you are. That's when you get all this information. And when you have all of that information, the inevitable part about it is that you have to start sharing it with other people at some point in life, or you're going to keep feeling like that, feeling unfulfilled, feeling stuck, feeling like you're going nowhere fast, dead end jobs, all this crazy stuff only because all that energy that you have within you, all that information, all that knowing that you have needs to be displayed as the Hierophant. So congratulations. Like, for some of you Pisces, you're having that transformation this month. The end of the month, November, is going to be you transforming from the High Priestess into the Hierophant, or just taking on both roles, having that inner internal intuition, knowledge that you have, but also externally displaying that, because the High Priestess is all about secrets. So some of you guys could have just been keeping your spiritual life in under wraps, kind of keeping it all to yourself, but now it's kind of like the universe is transforming you and kind of like pushing you to start sharing that with other people, and you're going to have some victory in it. You're going to have some recognition about it, because other people are going to be able to see, like, hey, what you said to me, helped me out. Your advice that you gave to me about this part of my life helped me out a lot. Like, I'm glad that you shared it. I'm glad that you put it out there for us to hear it. Because you're starting to share. You're starting to be the Hierophant. You're taking on that role. So congrats to all of my people stepping up and taking on that role as the Hierophant, drawing from their, inner knowing, their inner wisdom that they have learned through this whole transformation, this whole spiritual journey that you've been on. Now it's time to share it. That's what's up, Pisces. It's time. And that's probably what's going on. That's why you're feeling like this right now. But by the end of the month, you're going to be this, because you're transforming from the High Priestess energy to the Hierophant. Yes. So hopefully you guys like that reading. Hopefully it resonated with you. If it did resonate with you, like I said at the beginning of the video, like, subscribe, comment, share, all those great things. And I'll be back for another reading for the month of December. This is going to be my last one for November, as far as I know it, unless I just get pushed to do some more for you guys. But yeah, Pisces, I'll see you guys later.